So I'll be a place cell, or what I'll do is I will act out the activity of a place cell by a series of clicks I will make as I walk around. So imagine there's an electrode in my hippocampus, and you are hearing the activity of a single neuron in my hippocampus as I walk around. And here's what it would do. You'd hear background firing, so it's going to go click, 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 noisy background firing, click, 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 click. Okay, I'm not going to go down there. Click, 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 click. So that's one neuron that fires only when I'm right over there, that place. And so there's lots of place cells in your hippocampus that do that, and they do it for different locations in your environment. And all of this was first worked out, of course, in rodents who were running around, who had electrodes in their hippocampus, but where those electrodes were connected with a loose tether so that the rodent could move around in their environment while recording from individual neurons in the hippocampus. Okay, so that's the setup. And so I'm going to show you a movie of an aerial view of a rodent moving around, a rat moving around in its environment. Can you see the little rat there? And what's happening is this video is tracing out the rat's path with the light gray. And every time it's recording from one neuron. Every time that neuron fires, it makes a red dot. And so this is obviously sped up. But as the rat moves around in his environment, you see an accumulation, like more firing when the rat is right there. It's not which direction the rat is going through when he goes there, just basically whenever he passes through that in any direction, neurons fire more than anywhere else. And then if we take that and blur it, as scientists like to do to make nice idealized pictures, that is the place cell for that neuron. That is the place in space that animal has to be to make that neuron fire. Okay, right. So in answer to Shasha's question, here are a bunch of place cells from a rodent exploring the same environment. So you might say, well, there's like a hotspot here and a little sub one there. But in general, most of these cells respond with a hotspot in a particular single location in this particular environment. Let me say a little bit more about this. So just to cash this out, the place field is the location in space the animal has to be to make that hippocampal cell fire. Okay? As rats run in mazes, you can record, we've shown this already, you can show multiple hippocampal place cells. And can you guys imagine that if we were recording from several different hippocampal cells at the same time, we could read out those cells and make a guess about where the rat is in its location, right? It's just like MVPA, but done across neurons, right? So we have a pretty good sense of where the rat is, okay? So now we have a rat navigating around in this maze, and what I'm going to show you, the white circle is where the rat actually is, and the little color thing is telling you where the simultaneous readout from several place cells in that rat's hippocampus would predict where the rat is. Like, can we tell where the rat is by looking at his place cells? Okay, so right here, they're in the same place. It makes sense. The rat is right there, and we're reading it out. Okay, so far so good? But now what we're going to do is watch what that place cell location does as the rat moves around in his environment and makes decisions about where to go next. Okay? Okay, so what we're going to see is the rat is going to come up to an intersection of the maze. I think it's I think it's right here. And he's going to decide, am I going to go this way? Am I going to go that way? And as the rat stays there, deciding which way to go, and the white dot stays there as he sits there thinking, should I do this? Should I do that? You could call it neural deliberation. We will see what his place cell activity shows you. Okay, so here we go. Rat starts there. Whoops, how do I play this here? Okay, so rat is heading up there, and so are his place cells. He comes up to the intersection. He stays in one place. But look what his place cells are doing. Should I go over there? I'm just interpreting what this means. But it sure looks like neural deliberation to me. And that's what he decided. Everybody get what we just saw? While he's standing there, he's in one place, but he's clearly deciding where to go next. And while he's deciding, those place cells are essentially, apparently, running simulations of where he might go next.